Countdown presents Fact or Fiction, wherein we catch that bastard Bill O'Reilly lying again. Oh, wait, Bill, hold still. Allow me to soil myself on you. Victory is mine!
Bill O'Reilly is the gift that keeps on giving, and the bottomless mug of root beer, and for that matter, the bottomless pit, too. Nary a day passes without something being belched forth from the Frank Burns of news that can, depending on how you look at it, either extinguish your faith in mankind or leave you laughing at the saving moment when he lapses into self-satire, self-revelation, or that simple, beautiful, sideshow Bob-like moment where, on the verge of the actual realization of his most heartfelt delusions of grandeur, he instead steps on the rake that he has invariably left directly in his own path. Our number one story in the countdown, fact or fiction, big time, as Billo the Clown goes after John Edwards and manages only to remind everybody about Andrea Macris, while actually making us feel a little sorry for John Edwards. As ever, the words are his, the translation into human is mine. We had the Mistress story last spring, but we chose not to air it because of the pain it would bring to Elizabeth Edwards, a brave woman, and her 3 children. This is the guy who, in the days after 9 children died in a horrific fire in New York City, ignored the grief and ran instead a series of stories about how it happened because the parents might have been undocumented aliens. Their immigration status was so much more important to O'Reilly than their heartbreak that he almost got into an on-air fistfight with Geraldo Rivera over the story. What we did do was expose Edwards as a dishonest politician, a man who tried to exploit American military people to prop up his preposterous theory that the United States economy punishes the poor. Edwards ran around telling everybody that 200,000 vets were homeless because the economy was corrupt. Nonsense. The truth is, the vast majority of American homeless, including vets, are either addicted or mentally ill. In Billo land, if you are addicted or mentally ill, it doesn't matter if you got that way while you served this country. It's all your fault, and the government should not spend Bill O'Reilly's money on you. What fool! Just so you know, about 10 days ago, the Department of Housing and Urban Development issued a report saying there are 125,000 chronically homeless in America right now. 10,000 homeless veterans. 10,000. So Edwards was simply lying. Actually, Bill is lying, or too stupid to have read the entire HUD report. Or both. The chronically homeless are such every day, or nearly thus. Those who are frequently homeless, it says in the same HUD report, total about 1,600,000. 13% of them are veterans. That would be 208,000 homeless veterans. John Edwards was and is damned right about that, and Bill O'Reilly is a lying snake oil salesman. So did he pull that 10,000 homeless veterans figure out of his brains? No. He misread, intentionally or otherwise, a joint announcement from Housing and Urban Development and the Department of Veterans Affairs that those two departments were committing $75 million to getting permanent homes for 10,000 homeless veterans. Billo didn't make the number up. He just lied about what the number meant. He's operating under a messiah delusion, and he is a no-good son of a factor producer. Porter Berry could not find not one resident who had anything good to say about Edwards. Most consider him a snob. Porter Berry could not find his backside with both hands and a GPS. And he's not a producer. He's a stalker producer. Then there were the $400 haircuts and his boycott of a presidential debate on Fox News, even though FNC had treated him very well over the years. So you'll be doing a story on John McCain's $520 Ferragamo loafers soon, and his campaign's threats to boycott the New York Times and Newsweek and other legitimate news organizations? There's no question the liberal media loved the message Edwards was putting out there, that America is a place that caters to the rich and hammers the poor. That's why the committed left press ignored the National Enquirer investigation that proved to be true. Remember when I mentioned that rake directly in his path? Here it comes. The question now is, who paid to hide the story? Millions of dollars exchanged hands. That money must be accounted for. Let's see, October 28th, 2004, Associated Press. Andrea Macris, 33, who was a producer on the show, filed a lawsuit against the top-rated TV host October 13, alleging O'Reilly made a series of explicit phone calls to her, advised her to use a vibrator, and told her about his sexual fantasies involving her. The New York Daily News, citing unidentified sources, reported that O'Reilly had agreed to pay Macris anywhere from $2 million to $10 million. Separately, the New York Post said it was believed that O'Reilly paid multi-millions of dollars to settle the suit. Earlier that day, O'Reilly, 55 and married with 2 children, had filed a lawsuit accusing Macris and her lawyer of trying to extort $60 million in hush money to make the case quietly go away. The question now is, who paid to hide the story? Millions of dollars exchanged hands. That money must be accounted for. Project much, Bill? Let's count down for this, the 1,931st day since the declaration of mission accomplished in Iraq. I'm Keith Olbermann. Good night. Good luck.